I love that you are reacting to what I'm saying. Keep doing that.
Have I not been doing that?
Yeah. But instead of like only with questions, just giving your own vision on things, right?
Oh, how interesting. Would that make it for a better conversation if I gave more
Then
reaction?
if you only ask questions, then it's an interview. And if you want a conversation, you talk. You tell me something, and that makes me think of something else, and then you have a conversation because you go back and forward. That's the big difference. Of course, there are questions in conversations.
This is really good food for thought. Thank you.
I'm glad that I inspire something here.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've always marketed SmolTalk as like a casual interview, but I always did more emphasis on interview. But I think what you said is right. To make it more casual, I need to input more of my reaction here. But that was not a thought I had until prior. So
a method to use for that is like, okay, someone tells you something that makes you think of something, you tell it, and you end your story with another question. Or you just leave it where it is, because if it's like a lot of material, someone could get some hooks from. It's about creating hooks, actually.
Yeah, something that people can like bounce off of or like connect to.
Yes, also a big thing if you're introducing yourself. Instead of like, oh, I'm Vespy or something, you're just like, oh, I'm Vespy and I stream, and you tell something about yourself, right? And then, oh, I'm Vespy, I stream, love life, I don't know, and then you create hooks for people to latch on to. Like, oh, they can ask you about streaming.
You're building bridges and inviting people to like cross them. That's amazing.
I think actually people are always talking like, okay, communication skills, how do you keep a conversation going? But I do think it's a skill as well to how do you end a conversation.
Oh my god, yes, I'm so bad at that. I just turn off and like, all right, bye, peace out. I'm told that I end conversations way too abruptly. Do you have any tips? You seem very confident.
How abruptly are we talking? Just like...
Okay, so for instance, this is something that I do often. Your model disappeared.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. I'm invisible now. I don't know, new Marvel hero, I guess. Bye.
So, this in particular, I do anime watch-alongs. And it's just we watched one episode, and then after that, I just usually leave. And then Grimsley always tells me, like, Vespy, you always leave so abruptly. Why don't you stay and, like, I don't know, do some kind of post-watch conversation? But I don't know why I always avoid this. I feel like doing that post-conversation would, in fact, benefit building a community or whatever. But I just feel like I don't want to stick around for too long, but I feel like I don't know. You are now my therapist. Go.
Okay, what's the reason you don't want to hang around? Do you know that?
Oh.
Like, is it like... Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I just feel like... Quite honestly, all I just feel like, all right, I did my thing. I watched an episode with my friends, and now I'm gonna go and do my next thing. So it doesn't really occur to me that like, oh, I should stay and talk. So it's just, but if you were to ask me to stay and talk, it would be easy. I could like, oh yeah, you're right. Let me just recalibrate my tracks. But if I'm not stopped, I'm just boom, 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 move on.
Okay, I would say if you actually want to stay and talk, then after the episode is finished, I would be like, for those who want to stay, you know, we can talk about after it. If people want to leave, you know, just give people the options, maybe verbally, then they can choose for themselves, and then you can start a conversation. If you feel like it. If you don't feel like doing it, you can always say, people just stay in the chat if you want to talk about it, but I have to leave. You can say about, oh, I had a good time.
You're really good at giving people space. Like, here's the space, do what you need to with it.
Yeah. I think if you give people the options, and if you want to leave early, just say like, oh yeah, but I gotta go now. You know, take like 2 to 3 minutes to say goodbye to people, and then say like, okay, and now I'm gonna leave, and then you leave the call. Then it's much less abrupt, because then you already said like, okay, I'm gonna leave in a moment, and then people can prepare for it mentally.
You're priming them to just leave, which is, I guess I could do that. I just feel bad, I guess. But I think that makes sense. I'll report back to you on that.